1. Introduction. My name is Sandy. I am 24 years old. I live in a small city. My days are often quiet and calm. I work in a bookstore, a place I love very much. I enjoy reading different books and being around them. My job is peaceful and my life is simple. But sometimes I felt lonely. My heart wished for a special person. My parents saw this. They worried about my future. They wanted me to be happy and to have a family. They believed a good partner was important. One evening, my parents called me to talk. They looked serious. They told me about a young man named Jay. He was 27 years old. He lived in another town. My parents said he was kind and honest. They also said his family was respected. I had never met Jay. I did not know his face or his voice. I knew nothing about him, but our families had already made a plan. They wanted us to marry each other. This was a very big idea. Arranged marriages were common in our culture. My heart felt two things at once. First, I felt fear. How could I marry a stranger? How could I share my life with someone I did not know? This was a huge step. Second, I felt curiosity. What kind of person was Jay? Could we truly be happy together? I thought for a long time. My parents waited for my answer. I knew this decision would change everything in my life. My quiet life would become very different. It would be a new beginning. After a deep breath, I looked at my parents. I told them, yes, I agree to marry Jay. I knew that my life would change forever from that moment. 2. Our wedding. The wedding day arrived very quickly. It felt like only yesterday that I had said yes to an arranged marriage. Now, the morning of this important day was here. There was a lot of activity in the house. My family members were all around, helping me get ready. I put on my beautiful white wedding dress. It was long and flowed around me. The fabric felt soft. I looked in the mirror. My hands were shaking a little bit. I felt a mix of strong nerves and a small sense of excitement for this big change. Soon, it was time to go to the wedding hall. The hall looked wonderful. It was full of many bright lights that made everything sparkle. Soft, happy music played gently in the background. Everywhere I looked, there were beautiful fresh flowers. They were on the tables, near the stage, and along the path I would walk. Many people were already there, my family and Jay's family, all looking happy and smiling. I started to walk slowly down the aisle. My heart was beating very fast inside my chest. Then I saw him, Jay. He was standing at the front, waiting for me. This was the very first time I saw him not in a picture, but in real life. He was tall, just like my parents had told me. He had kind, warm eyes that looked at me. When he saw me, he offered a gentle smile. This simple smile made me feel a little bit safe and calm, even though we were complete strangers to each other. We stood together at the altar. The wedding ceremony began. We listened carefully to the words spoken by the officiant. Then it was time for us to say our vows. We promised to be together through good times and bad. We promised to care for each other and to be loyal. It felt very strange to say these important, lifetime promises to a man I had only just met moments before. But I spoke my vows clearly and with a steady voice. Jay then took my hand. His hand felt warm. He gently placed a golden ring onto my finger. It was a beautiful ring. At that moment, my heart gave a big jump. It was a very special and important moment. We were now officially husband and wife. The entire experience felt incredibly new and unique. It was strange because we did not know each other's stories or daily habits. Yet, there was also a sweet and hopeful feeling growing in my heart. It was truly the start of a completely new chapter in my life. Later that day, the wedding party finished. All the guests left, wishing us well. I was now in a new room in a new house. I lay quietly in bed. The long, busy day was finally over. I thought about everything that had happened. I was married. I was married to Jay. I kept thinking the same thought. I am married to someone I do not know. It was a huge change, a journey into the unknown. My quiet life had changed forever. I wondered what tomorrow and all the days after would bring for us. 3. A new house. I moved into Jay's house. It was a big change after the wedding day. His home was in a different town, not far from my old city. When I first walked inside, I saw that the house was quiet and very clean. There was a small garden outside with green plants. It was a nice house, but it felt new and strange to me. Everything was different. I brought my few bags inside. I put my clothes in the closet and my books on a shelf. It was a quiet afternoon. The sunlight came in through the windows. I looked around the empty spaces, feeling a little unsure. This was my new beginning. I knew my life would be very different now. I felt a mix of hope and a little fear. At first, I felt a little lost in this new place. It was Jay's home, but not my home yet. I did not know many things about him. I did not know what kind of food he liked to eat for dinner. I did not know what funny stories he told or what jokes made him laugh. I also did not know how he usually spent his evenings after work. Sometimes the house was very silent. This silence was new for me. It made the house feel even more unfamiliar. I often sat quietly, thinking about my old life and this new one. I wondered how long it would take to feel truly settled here. But Jay was a very patient and kind man. He always tried to make me feel good. Every day he asked me, "Sandy, are you comfortable here? Or do you need anything?" His words were soft and warm. He wanted me to feel at home, and I could see that. He did not rush me. He understood that this was a big step for me. He spoke gently and always waited for my answers. He made sure I had everything I needed. His actions helped to make the new house less scary for me. One day, he came home from the market with a beautiful bunch of flowers. They were bright yellow, my favorite color. He gave them to me with a gentle smile. "These are for you, Sandy," he said. "I thought they would make the house a little brighter." I put them in a vase on the kitchen table. The flowers added a touch of color and life to the room. It was a small thing, but it made me feel happy. It showed me that he thought about me. It made the kitchen feel a little less like a stranger's kitchen. Slowly, I began to do things in the house. I started to cook dinner for us. I tried to make different meals. Jay always ate my food with a big smile. He would say, "This is very good, Sandy. Thank you." His kind words made me want to cook more. When he enjoyed my cooking, I felt a little bit more useful, a little bit more a part of this new life. Cooking for him gave me a purpose in the new house. The house slowly started to change for me. It was no longer just Jay's house. It was becoming our house. The quiet silence still came sometimes, but it did not feel as strange now. With Jay's kindness, his patience, and the small things like the yellow flowers, the unfamiliar rooms began to feel warm. The new house was slowly becoming a home. I was starting to feel comfortable here, step by step, day by day. I realized that a home is not just a building, but the people inside it. Getting to know you. We began to learn many new things about each other. It was a slow process, like opening a book one page at a time. Jay liked music very much. He had a guitar. In the evenings, sometimes after dinner, he would take his guitar out. He would sit on the sofa and play soft songs. His fingers moved quickly over the strings. He sang quietly, and his voice was gentle. I sat and listened. I felt a quiet joy when he played. It was a new sound in the house, a warm sound. I liked to watch him, too. His eyes would close a little as he played. Then it was my turn to share my interests. I told him about my love for books. I told him that I worked in a bookstore. He listened carefully. One day, he asked me, "What kind of books do you like?" I told him I liked many kinds, especially stories about love and adventure. He asked me to read to him, so I chose one of my favorite books. I started to read aloud. My voice was a little shy at first, but soon I forgot my shyness. I read stories, and sometimes I read poems. We laughed together when I read funny parts or sweet love poems. It felt good to share this part of myself with him. One night, it was raining very hard outside. The sky was dark. Suddenly, all the lights in the house went out. The power was gone. Everything became very dark and quiet. We could not see anything. Jay found some candles. He lit them. The small flames made soft, dancing shadows on the walls. We sat in the living room, just the two of us, with the candle light. We started to talk. We talked for a very long time. Hours passed quickly. We did not talk about simple things. We talked about our lives before. We shared stories from our childhoods. Jay told me about growing up in his town, about his school and his friends. He told me funny things he did as a boy. I told him about my family, about playing games with my sisters, and about my first day at the bookstore. We learned about the happy times and the sad times in each other's pasts. We asked each other many questions. We listened with open hearts. That night, under the soft light of the candles, something changed between us. I felt a real connection to him. It was a feeling deeper than before. I felt like I was truly getting to know Jay, the man, not just my husband. It was a special night that brought us closer. 5. My feelings grow. One morning, the sun was bright. I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. On the table, I saw a small piece of paper. It was a note. Jay had left it there. I picked it up. The words were simple, but they made my heart feel warm. It said, "Thank you for being here, Sandy. You make this house a home." I read it again. A soft smile came to my face. I held the note gently in my hand. In that moment, something changed inside me. My fears, which were once so big, felt very small now. I thought about the first day I met Jay, at our wedding. I was so nervous. I did not know him at all. But now, after weeks of living together, talking and laughing, my feelings were different. I realized I was falling in love with him. It was a new and wonderful feeling. Every day, I looked forward to seeing him. I liked his kind smile when he came home from work. I liked the sound of his voice when he talked about his day. His presence in the house made everything feel right. When he was not home, I sometimes missed him. I thought about the stories we shared and the music he played on his guitar. He was not a stranger anymore. He was Jay, my husband, and he was becoming very special to me. I wanted to tell him how I felt. I wanted to say, "Jay, I love you." But the words stayed in my throat. I was still a little shy. It felt like a very big thing to say. So instead of speaking, I tried to show him my love in other ways. I hoped he would understand. I started to make his tea exactly how he liked it, with a little bit of milk and 1 spoon of sugar. When he came home, I would be waiting by the window, not too close, but close enough to see him walk up the path. I would make his favorite meals, trying new recipes just for him. Sometimes I would leave a small treat on his desk, like a cookie or a piece of fruit. I would listen carefully when he spoke, asking questions about his work or his day. I wanted him to know I cared deeply. I found joy in these small acts. Each one was a way to say, "I am here for you. I like being with you. You are important to me." My feelings for Jay were like a plant growing in a garden. Slowly, day by day, they became stronger and more beautiful. This quiet love filled our home, making it feel truly warm and happy. I knew my life was changing, not just because I was married, but because my heart was opening to a love I never expected. 6. Our first problem. Life was not always easy. even when my heart was full of new feelings for Jay. We had found a nice rhythm in our daily lives, sharing quiet moments, laughter, and new discoveries. But one evening, a small cloud appeared in our happy sky. It was our first problem, our first real argument. I had been thinking about my parents. I missed them. I wanted to visit them soon and asked Jay if he could come with me. I thought he would say yes right away. It seemed like a simple plan, but Jay shook his head. He looked a little sad. He told me he had much work that week. He could not take time off. He needed to finish an important project. My heart sank. I felt a sudden coldness. All my happy feelings seemed to disappear. I did not understand. I thought he would want to do things with me, especially important things. I thought he would care about my family too. A small, unhappy thought grew in my mind. He does not care. I did not say much, but my face showed my anger. Jay saw it. He tried to explain again, but I did not want to listen. My voice became sharp. I said, "It's always about your work, isn't it?" It was not fair, but I was upset. Jay looked surprised, then hurt. He said, "Sandy, that's not true. I care about you." But I was too sad to believe him. My eyes started to get wet. Tears came quickly. I could not stop them. I turned away from him. I walked to our bedroom and closed the door firmly. I sat on the bed, feeling very alone. The house suddenly felt big and empty again, like when I first moved in. I cried for a few minutes, feeling confused and sad. Was this what real relationships were like, full of arguments? After some time, I heard a soft knock on the door. It was Jay. My heart beat a little faster. I did not answer at first. Then he spoke, his voice gentle. "Sandy," he said, "can I come in?" "I am sorry." He waited. I slowly opened the door. He was standing there, looking serious. He came in and sat beside me. He took my hand gently. His touch was warm. "I am truly sorry," he said again. "I did not want to upset you. I want you to be happy. I know visiting your parents is important to you." He explained his work situation more clearly. He said he would try to make time another day, very soon. He looked at me with his kind eyes, the same eyes that made me feel safe on our wedding day. As he spoke, my anger slowly went away. I realized my mistake. I had jumped to conclusions. I had thought the worst. Love was not just about happy moments. It was also about understanding, talking, and being patient. It was about forgiving each other when things went wrong. It was about listening, even when upset. We talked for a long time that evening. We listened to each other. I told him why I felt sad, and he told me about his work and his wish to make me happy. By the end of our talk, the cloud had gone. The air between us was clear again. His hand still held mine. That night, I did not just feel love. I felt our bond grow stronger. We learned a big lesson that day. True love needs open hearts and soft words, even when things are hard. This lesson of forgiveness and patience was a gift, making our connection deeper than before. 7. A special promise. Many months went by. Our days were full of warmth and happiness. Each day, our life together felt more complete. We spent a lot of time doing things we both enjoyed. We often walked in the park near our house. We held hands as we walked, and the sun felt warm on our faces. We liked to watch the children play and the birds sing. These simple moments were very special to us. Cooking dinner became a happy part of our routine. Jay learned my favorite foods, and I learned his. Sometimes we tried new recipes together. Our kitchen was often filled with laughter and good smells. After dinner, we would sit and talk. We shared our thoughts about the day. We also talked about our dreams for the future. Jay told me about his wish to travel and see new places. I told him about my dream to open a small library one day. We listened carefully to each other. It was easy to talk to him now. One evening, we were sitting outside in our small garden. The sky was dark, but many stars shone brightly above us. It was a quiet and peaceful night. Jay turned to me. His eyes were soft and kind. He took my hand in his. "Sandy," he said quietly, "I did not know what love was before you. Thank you for choosing me." "I love you." My heart beat very fast. It was a beautiful moment. I had waited to hear those words, but they still made me feel surprised and happy. Tears came to my eyes. They were tears of pure joy. I looked back at him, feeling so much love. "Jay," I began, my voice a little shaky, "I love you too, so much." It felt wonderful to say it out loud. All my earlier fears about our marriage were completely gone. I could not imagine my life without him now. He was not just my husband, he was my best friend and my partner in every way. We held each other close under the stars for a long time. That night, we made a very special promise to each other. We promised to always be there for each other. We promised to support each other through all the good times and through any hard times that might come. We promised to listen to each other and to understand. We promised to keep our love strong, no matter what happened in the future. It was a promise of forever. Our love had grown slowly, step by step, like a beautiful flower. It was now strong and real. Our days were truly full of warmth and happiness. Every morning, I woke up feeling thankful. I was thankful for Jay, for our home, and for our shared life. Our journey had started in a strange way, but it had led us to this deep, true love. We were ready for whatever came next, as long as we were together. 8. Our life together. A year had passed since my wedding day. It felt like a long time, but also very fast. Jay and I were no longer strangers. That first day, I only knew his name. Now I knew so much more. I knew his favorite songs and how he liked his coffee. I knew the way he smiled when he was happy. I knew his quiet thoughts and his big dreams. We had built a life together, step by step, day by day. Our home, which once felt new and quiet, was now full of laughter and warmth. We talked about everything. We shared our worries and our joys. Every morning, we ate breakfast together. Jay would often read the newspaper, and I would plan our day. In the evenings, we cooked. Sometimes we tried new recipes. Other times we made our old favorites. We liked to listen to music or read books together. These small moments made our bond strong. We were partners in every way. When there was a big decision, we talked about it. We listened to each other. We always found a way forward together. We were also best friends. We could tell each other anything. We had our own jokes that only we understood. We loved to walk in the park near our house. We held hands and talked about our future. Jay made me feel safe and happy. I knew I could always count on him. I often thought about the past. I remembered my fear on the wedding day. Marrying someone I had never met seemed like a very big step. It was a strange idea. But now, it did not feel strange at all. It felt like the most natural thing. Love had grown between us. It did not come suddenly. It came slowly, like a gentle rain. Each day, a little more love grew in my heart. Each kind word, each shared meal, each quiet evening built our love. I learned that love does not always follow a plan. Sometimes it finds you in surprising ways. It can start from a place of not knowing. Then it grows with time, patience, and care. My heart was full of love for Jay. He was not just my husband. He was my partner, my best friend, my everything. This was the story of how I found my forever love. It was the best surprise of my life. I was Sandy, and I was truly happy.